Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Torrential Tom. I am your host, Torrential Tom. So, we're going to move right into things. And something I found cool with yesterday's nor'easter, there's our low pressure off the coast. Our precipitation is moving outward. And over here we have a high pressure with clearer skies behind our storm and behind this cold front. Now, something I thought was cool and something that someone, for me especially, who went to school for this and could pick up on it, we look at the satellite. This is our low pressure off of the coast of Virginia and North Carolina right here. That's our low pressure center. And then right in here we have our clear skies on the back end, and we have some higher, more pronounced cloud tops right in here. And that, believe it or not, is the cold front feature from the previous map. So we had it right here in western Pennsylvania, and then we come here. So this is the warmer, or the colder air running into slightly warmer air, and the cloud tops are actually a bit higher in this area. Behind it, you have clearer skies. You have the Great Lakes here with some lake effect snow in this area with the winds coming from west to east. So those are some other smaller features that you could pick up on the maps. So moving to today, tomorrow, we actually have more snow on the way, believe it or not. So here's our current watches, warnings, advisories. Everything in purple is a winter weather advisory. That is where we could see our higher snow totals for this system. If you notice, most of New York, Long Island, nothing there. No warnings, no watches. We're not expecting much snow, if any. So here's our current surface weather map. Today was a beautiful day, clear skies. We had high pressure in place. That high pressure is moving out of here. We have right now zonal flow. So our jet stream, everything is west to east. So any weather system that moves in and develops in this area, or for instance, what we have here on the map with our snow system for tomorrow, with this area here, this high pressure is blocking everything to the north. This high pressure is blocking everything in this area. So everything is west to east, which has no choice but to come through Pennsylvania, New York, and lower New England. This right here is our jet stream up higher in the atmosphere, about 3.5 miles up in the atmosphere. And again, like I said, everything is parallel with our lines of latitude, west to east flow with all of the weather right now in the United States. So we move ahead. This is our current setup. This is our GFS model up here. This is our European model on the bottom. Same setup. You can see the American model on top has some more moisture associated with it, as these two high pressures here on the European are kind of pulling in some drier air, and there's not much moisture in this particular model. We move ahead. Tomorrow, early morning, again, there's some more moisture now with the European model, some heavier bands of snow, these darker blues moving into eastern Pennsylvania, southeastern New York, northwest New Jersey. And that's because a lot of this moisture, or some of the moisture, is being pulled up from the Gulf of Mexico on this. And the same thing with the American model. The moisture is being taken up from the Gulf of Mexico. Some more moisture associated with this particular model. And you can see we have some kinks in the waves here. So that means a low pressure system is trying to develop along those right in here. And we're going to see that on the next setup. You can see the European model, you have a low pressure here in Northern Virginia. On the American model, you have a low pressure setup just off the Delmarva Peninsula. So with these two setups, with this one off of the Delmarva, we have some heavier snow bands pulled in from the Atlantic, especially with the warmer air being so close and the colder air confronting that. We're going to have some heavier bands setting up southeastern New York, northwestern New Jersey, and some spots further north of that. And the same thing here in the European model. You can see a lot of New York City, Long Island is rain from the warmer air from this high pressure, which is the clockwise flow, bringing warmer air in from the ocean. And then you have, again, those heavier bands of snow. This one setting up in western Connecticut, southeastern New York. So late tomorrow afternoon, the European model actually has this thing in, and it's moving out quick. So by late afternoon tomorrow, if you're still at work, this thing is already out of here. It's already moved through Connecticut, Rhode Island, most of Massachusetts. But the GFS, like we said, has a little more moisture associated with it. So there's some snow showers hanging back at this point in time, but not much accumulation really late tomorrow afternoon. So this system on the torrential meter is going to be a 3 out of 5. It's during the morning rush, during the afternoon rush, so people leaving for errands, leaving for lunch, whatever it may be. So it's really during a time of day where there's going to be a lot of vehicles traveling. So we move to our Torrential Tom snowfall totals. As I mentioned, most of Long Island and possibly into Manhattan going to see mostly rain, so not much of anything there, zero accumulation. We're going to move Manhattan a little bit into the accumulation, so maybe a trace there, maybe an inch maximum. But as you move into Jersey, northeastern New Jersey, southern Rockland, southern Westchester, and then into southeastern Connecticut, that's where you can see your 1 to 3 inches. And then you move further north and west, northwestern Jersey, Rockland, northern Westchester, and north of there, northwest Connecticut. That's where you can see your 3 to 5 inches plus with this system. So I mentioned in the previous slides, we right now have a zonal flow, so everything's west to east. But after our next shot of snow, which, believe it or not, may be Thursday, Friday, we turn from a zonal flow to more of a flow like this. So most of our weather will be coming from the northwestern states, diving down south and actually around this trough up the coast, and come next weekend, or this coming weekend rather, and next week, we can see a few shots at some larger coastal storms. Now, where will they set up? We don't know yet. It's too soon to even say that they'll even develop. But with this pattern, we're going to see some very cold Arctic air drop in from Canada for most of the Midwest states, all the way into the southern states. And we're going to see our disturbances ride along this wave up the coastline. So you can see more significant snowfalls next week with this pattern. To show that Arctic blast, this is actually Thursday, what's being forecasted. And if you look all the way up here in the northern central states of the U.S. and all the way into southern Canada, you could see temperatures 36 below zero, 30 below, 32 below, and that's dipping all the way down into Kansas. There's temperatures actually in the single digits. So believe it or not, all this is actually expected to deepen even more and move further to the south. So in summary, tomorrow is just a quick shot of snow, 3 to 5 inches further north, 1 to 3 closer to the coast, and even closer to the coast, the immediate coast, mostly rain. And there's going to be another shot of snow possible on Thursday. After that, we have Arctic blast. And then with the change of the pattern, we could see some larger coastal storms this weekend and next week. I will keep you updated on all that. Again, subscribe to my channel, like this video, follow me on Twitter, Torrential Tom, Instagram, Torrential Tom WX, and as always, ask any questions that you have that are weather related, and I'll be happy to answer on my next episode. Everybody have a good night and be safe tomorrow.